All right. We're doing a real simple ranking tonight. We are going to rank potato varietals. Start with the baked potato, which is a very mid potato delivery system. I mean, it's basically an excuse to have a bunch of, butter and sour cream, but you could say the same thing about mashed potatoes too. But, I think the form factor of the baked potato is less appealing than the mashed potato. The mashed potato has more, it can work better in more applications. Baked potatoes just kind of sit in there. It's a baked potato. You can stuff it with stuff, and that's always fun. But if you're gonna load up a baked potato, why not load up some fries? That's just a more enjoyable eating experience overall. The one thing I will say about the baked potato is you have the textural variants. Okay, like mashed potato, very one note. Every bite's going to be the same texture. Mashed potato, you got some variants. You can take it from the middle. You can, cut off at the side. You have a little bit of skin. You can have the little corner pieces that are like, that's basically, like, you know, chewy and skinny and weird. So you have options with a baked potato. It's a blank canvas, but a lot of these other options are going to fill out that canvas much more vividly. Like, for example, we got cheesy potatoes. And as a concept, I love cheesy potatoes. I mean, I think every food on earth is better if you add cheese to it. And there's literally no exception to that I can think of. Savory dishes are better with cheese. Sweet dishes are better with cheese. Fucking everything is better with cheese. And potatoes are obviously better with cheese. I don't know. There's something about the texture of these, like specifically these type of cheesy potatoes, where they're like shredded, where it's good. But there's another cheesy potato type of dish on this list where I prefer the form factor a little bit. Potato chips, I'm going to put an A. I know that's controversial for a lot of people. Potato chips would be an S potato. I don't know. I don't have potato chips that often. And when I do, I mean, I enjoy them, but, they're good for like mindlessly snacking, and you can get some interesting flavors now and then. So that's always fun. But I don't know. The potato chip, kind of one note, like, restaurants will be like, "Oh, we got homemade potato chips," and it's like, why? What are you doing so different from the grocery store potato chips? It's I don't know. I mean, I'm a kettle cooked kind of guy. If it was specifically a kettle chip, I would definitely rank that higher than like your average kind of thin Lay's chip. But just overall, all potato chips in general, like I'm not a big like Ridge guy, or like what is it called with the waves. I don't know. I think A is fair. Curly fries are very close to being S. I'm gonna put them in A for now, but they might go up. Curly fries are just fun. They're just enjoyable to eat. They make you feel, like a kid again. You get to recapture some precious tiny bit of your youth and remember what the good times were like. So I like curly fries. Double stuffed potato, I'm gonna put that in B. It's obviously better than a baked potato because it's full of shit, but there's something perverse about hollowing the potato out and then using its carcass as a vessel for its innards. It's a little creepy, I think. French fries, just your standard fries. This is the same issue with potato chips. If it was more specific, there are types of fries I would put up an S, but just the French fry, if we're considering all the French fries, that's a wide spectrum of quality. I mean, in general, I'm not going to complain to get fries on the table. Oftentimes, I'll be very happy to have fries on the table. But not all fries are created equal. That's all I'm saying. Gnocchi, that's going to be my first S tier. I love gnocchi. I mean, it's a type of pasta which already increases its versatility tremendously. Why couldn't I think of the word versatility? I'm like, cognitive, is it working? I don't know. I don't know, but I mean, since gnocchi, it's a pasta. It can be used for any application that pasta can be used for, which is just a huge range of applications, right? And it's a great vehicle for sauce. It's a great vehicle for delicious cheeses, and it's just a very versatile. And if you're in the mood for some spaghetti or something, that's great. But gnocchi, it offers a different, flavor because it's primarily made from potato as opposed to a wheat product, and it offers a different texture, a very unique texture, a little chewy, a little mushy. It's delicious. So, as a person who loves pasta very much, gnocchi, if I see it on a menu, it's hard not to order, you know? Because most pasta, at the end of the day, most pasta that's not stuffed is going to taste the same. It's going to taste like pasta. Gnocchi brings a unique element to a dish. Hash browns, diner style hash browns, also going up here. I do prefer, the shredded hash browns to the shredded cheesy potatoes just because you get that textural diversity. You get that crispiness on the outside, like a well-made hash brown. What you're basically supposed to do is you're supposed to form a crust and then scrape it up, and you're just like folding it into itself. So, the bottom crisps up and the top is cooking, and then you scrape up the bottom, put it on top, you put the top on the bottom, that crisps up, and you just keep folding it in on itself over and over and over until you got a delicious crispy mess of potatoes. And if you do it right, it's a very fortifying and very very pleasant potato varietal. Hasselback potato is bullshit. It's bullshit. I mean, it's a stunt potato. It's just I would rather have one of those long, like the tornado potatoes that you put on the stick. It's like wavy. Hasselback potato. I mean, it was. What is it? I mean, it looks cool, but at the end of the day, what are its applications really? I mean, these holes are the breaks between the pieces of potato are so small. Like you could try to stuff it with something. You could maybe have like a thin sauce over the top or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's worth the effort. It's like for Instagram photos. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've just never had a great Hasselback potato. A loaded baked potato. See, so this is different than a double stuffed potato because a double stuffed potato, you hollow out the carcass and then you mix the innards with like cheese and bacon and whatever you want, and then you put it back into the potato and then you bake it together, right? So a loaded baked potato is just bake the potato like you would with the baked potato, and then you split it open and then you just put the toppings right on top. So I don't think either of these is inherently better than the other. But, I'm going to leave them both in B tier. But I would give the loaded baked potato a slight advantage just from a versatility standpoint. Because, the double stuffed potato, you're at the mercy of the chef. It's whatever they put in there. But a loaded baked potato, you have some say, you have some options. There's lots of stuff you can put on there, and you can dramatically alter the flavor profile of the potato. You know, so I find that that exciting. I find the range of options exciting with the loaded baked potato. Mashed potato. Mashed potato is a great potato, like we talked about. There is, the very there isn't a lot of textural diversity there. It's basically a potato paste, but and also baked potato, mashed potato, mashed potato. Right, it very much depends on who's making the mashed potato. Like there are so many variables here. Like a lot of people don't want no skins in their mashed potatoes because they want them to be perfectly smooth. I'll be honest. I like some skin in my mashed potatoes. I like to break up the texture. It makes it a more interesting eating experience. But you can also get super refined with it. That super smooth, the pomme puree, as it were. Where it's like you go to a fancy French restaurant and it's literally like half potato and half butter, or even like the ratio is skewed more toward butter than potato, and it becomes a different food. So there's just a huge range of mashed potatoes, and if you don't put enough salt in the mashed potatoes, they're going to taste like crap. You have to season them properly, or else they're going to be super bland. And there are all kinds of things people add to them. Some people are going to add milk to them. Some people are going to add chives to them. Some people are going to add cheesy cheese. It totally depends on what your trip is. So it's like a lot of these, like French fries, just having one entry for mashed potatoes. It's such a diverse range of quality. Like if we're just talking fancy French mashed potatoes, or like a pomme aligot or something like that, that would go up here. But just mashed potatoes in general, it can be fine in A. Potato pancake, however, that's going up in S. Also known as a latke. Potato pancakes are delicious. They are a symphony of contrasting textures. You got the super crispy outside, and then the inside is, it's like, nice and soft if you cook them right, and it's the delightful textural experience. And you can have them with sour cream. You can have them with applesauce. I like them with sour cream. A lot of people like them with both. They say, why choose, and I agree with that. I mean, just plain applesauce, that's not my jam. But either sour cream, or you combine the sour cream and the applesauce and they're working together in harmony, that's good too. But yeah, the potato pancake is a fantastic potato varietal. And anytime I'm in a delicatessen or something where they got a potato pancake or a latke on the menu, you can be sure I'm getting that shit. Roasted potato. Roasted potatoes are good. you know they're delicious. But if you gave me the choice between your average roasted potato or your average French fry or your average mashed potato, I'm choosing one of those over the roasted potato. There's nothing wrong with the roasted potato, especially if you make them the British way. They make those crazy roast potatoes where they're like cooked in duck fat, and they get like super crispy and craggly on the outside. I've never actually had those, but I've watched many videos of them being cooked because they fascinate me. And if we're talking that kind of roasted potato, that might even be S tier. But these look like pretty conventional, boring roasted potatoes. They look like they're pretty well seasoned, but yeah, not the most exciting option. I think B is fair. Potato salad, also put it in B. Once again, a lot of variation in terms of quality. Sometimes there's too much mayo going on. Sometimes there's too much vinegar going on. Sometimes they got like the crunchy bits in there. There are too many crunchy bits. Like they got celery in there or something. Or it's fine if it's chopped up real fine, but you got a big chunk of celery. It's a bummer. And all kinds of different variants. Obviously, you got potato salad with mustard in it, right? You got potato salad with eggs in it. You got the vinegar based potato salad, the German potato salad, which is a completely different food, and that's not on here. Overall, potato salad, it's a nice thing to have on the side, you know, at like a cookout or something. Not that I ever go to cookouts, but I have in my life in the past, and it's nice to have. It's not like something I crave. I'm not like I need some fucking potato salad right now, but it's just it's not a bad potato. Scallop potato, fucking S tier. This is what I was talking about with the cheesy potatoes. This is the form factor I like. It's almost like a potato lasagna, right? Cut in the coins of potato, and then you got the sauce in there with the cheese and everything, and you bake it up so the top is all crispy, and you got the layers of potato and cheese and sauce, and it's all creamy and comforting and delicious. And sometimes they'll put ham in there. That's really nice. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the scalloped potato. That's got to go up in S tier. Potato soup is fine. It's often not the most exciting soup. If we're talking like a loaded baked potato soup, that would probably go up here. But your standard, this just looks like a pretty basic cream based potato soup. I'll put that in C. It's a fine thing to eat, but it's not thrilling. Steak fries. I'm actually I'm gonna put them in D. I'm not a big steak fry guy. Anytime I go to a restaurant and they have the steak fries, or the opposite, they have those little tiny matchstick fries, I get kind of disappointed. Because, I mean, the steak fry, what's great about the standard fry is, it's the ratio. It's the ratio of crispiness to fluffiness, right? And in the steak fry, I feel like the fluffiness kind of takes over, and the crunchiness kind of has to take a back seat, And it's just, it's not my preferred fry, you know. Um, that's kind of the same with the potato wedge, but I think I would put the potato wedge a little bit higher, actually. Because with the steak fry, you get the disappointment of, you're excited, you're gonna get some fries with your sandwich, and now it's these stupid giant steak fries. With the potato wedge, you know what you're gonna get. You can prepare for it emotionally, and it is, despite putting it in the same tier, it is an improvement, I think, over the baked potato. Not enough to put it up in B, but it is, a more interesting thing, and you can bake it with some herbs or something, or flavored oils and what have you. Um, I'm gonna do waffle fries next, and waffle fries. Should I put them in S tier? No, I'm gonna put waffle fries very high A tier, and I'm moving up curly fries. I'm moving up French fries. Potato chips gotta go down. Potato chips are going ahead of mashed potatoes. That's good. And cheesy potato double stuff. Yeah. Okay, this all checks out. This is all fine. I'm gonna put the soup ahead of the baked potato. And I'm just gonna put baked potato last. And then I'll put the steak fry in front of the Hasselback. Hasselback potatoes, they think they're better than me, and I don't appreciate it. But yeah, the waffle fry, it's a delicious form factor. It's a fun form factor. What's good about the waffle fry, kind of similar to the curly fry, is you get a lot of surface area, which is great for textural diversity. It's great for crispiness. It's just a really good form factor for a fry. So I'm a big fan of the waffle fry, but I saved the tater tots for last because the tater tot for me is the ideal potato varietal. And you know what? In fact, I'm just gonna have to add another tier on here specifically for the tater tot because it deserves it. You know, how do I explain what's so great about the tater tot? I mean, it's a very specific texture, right? Because you get the crispiness and the fluffiness of a typical fry, but then you also have the potatoes in a dice, right? And it just creates such a specific potato experience that you really can't get anywhere else. It's more fortifying than a fry. It's more interesting than the average fry. And there's something about that texture where it's crispy and crumbly all at once that I just think it's fun to eat. You can't eat a tater tot and be sad. I mean, you probably can, but I think it's an inherently fun food. It's like it's shaped like a little barrel, and you can plop it in your sauce, and it's fun. It's fun. I think tater tots are fun, and they fill my heart with joy. And they're a great textural experience, and they're more interesting than the average fry. I would take them over the average fry any day of the week, you know. And if I'm at a restaurant, they got multiple potato varietals on the menu, and they got tater tots. I'm going with tater tots 100% of the time. So um, that's about it for potatoes, and potatoes are good. Bye.